So I was away from Livestream last week. I just come back from Edinburgh. I just had a flight back and literally just arrived back by 6 o'clock. So was no chance really. But yeah, nice to be back. That did not set a tone for the rest of the week though. No, not at all. Like I said in the introductory video to this one, the introductory reel, two deals have gone into negotiations. So yeah, really good, positive week actually. I hit the ground running since I come back from the holiday. This is what we do in the first part of the live stream, is to review the week, and well, you know, I committed to a schedule, you know, rather than ad hoc weekly task. I've committed to a schedule, and yeah, that's, you know, it's not easy actually following it, you know. For example, you set 2 till 3 o'clock. Okay, I'm going to call estate agents, you know, and then messages come up, and you're like, oh, I've got to deal with it. Whether it's my tennis business, different business, or you know, whatever it's with, you kind of think, well, how do I react to that? Yeah, so this thing's so cool. Yeah, I've got like a plug-in now on my YouTube channel. Views last 60 minutes, 277. Spiked. 10 PM. Oh, that's really cool. People have seen my reel. They haven't jumped on the live stream though, so maybe I need to make another reel. Be like, okay, after you watch this, actually take action. Sorry, there you go. I'm getting distracted. So it's so easy to do, you know. Set that time aside for yourself, and then get distracted. But overall, it has meant that I've got the task done in the time, and after that time period has passed, as long as I have done that work, you know, there are a couple of times where I actually didn't manage to, and then, for example, one of the tasks meant to be from 3 till 4 PM, then didn't get that done, and you know, had to go to coaching. I do tennis coaching in the evenings, and then it's a case of getting back late at night, 9, 10 o'clock, and there's still having that on my mind, which is kind of how I've lived for the last few months. So there's still a little bit of that when some tasks weren't quite completed, but that allows me to see the contrast between that and then when I do complete the task in the allocated time. And overall, yeah, again, less stress. I think the scheduling is great. It means it is really good for me because I'm a person, and I know this from when I was revising for my A-level exams, I can get way too stuck into detail that's perhaps not the most important, but I think, oh well, I've got to get it done now, and I may as well get it done really well. It's like, fair enough for the right things, but not for everything. And having a schedule saying you can do it for 3 to 4, do as much as you can from 3 to 4, it's great. It means things don't drag on. For example, I tracked my expenses for half an hour, right? I looked at all my business expenses in April, right? I haven't actually done that. Yeah, it's something I've been meaning to do. I allocated some time to it. If I just said track my business expenses, I would have been still going back into October and September last year, which I will do. But I would have tried to do it in one Goliath go and gone, oh, that was exhausting, and then been fearful and procrastinated doing it again. Whereas I think doing that type of thing in 30 minutes each week, I'm going to be able to slowly but surely, you know, get back that far and compound my efforts. And you know, that applies to a lot of the things. There was one, I think a fortnight before I went on holiday, I had this amazing week where I called 23 deals, called 23 estate agents. Great. The next week 12, and that made the second week look shit. But it's like, well, what I did in the week that I did 23, I did very well, but did I get a lot of other things done? Or was I just powering through that because I just felt the motivation at that moment? Whereas, yeah, I'm being more consistent on it, right? And not just consistent, as in like, oh, I've got to get this done at some point in the week, at some moment in time, but consistent as in I do these live streams every week at 6 p.m. and that's been the only time that's been locked in so far, and now I'm basically doing that for everything else, right? There's a certain degree of flexibility. If an investor can book a call during a time slot which I might have allocated to, trying to think, check it, go through my Facebook messages. It's like, fine, yeah, I'll prioritize calling an investor. Yeah, no problem. I feel like this can make a whole separate YouTube video in itself, the scheduling thing. Anyway, it's really helped me. Got two deals in negotiations as a result. The downside though, there's still a lot of stuff that I'm doing manually, but I feel like I'm going to get a process manually, then realise how I can optimise it with AI. But I do need to pull the trigger sooner rather than later, because I'm still a lot relying on this notepad, and you know, I forget to note things down and it's lost, right? So whether it's, I know Go High Level's very good. I think that could be something to click into, and whatever it is, I think I do need to optimize a lot of the processes with AI. And yeah, if you guys see these live streams and think you have any ideas on that, please do give me a shout. It's interesting with my whatever it is, Tube Buddy or whatever this is, it's telling me that I'm getting the views but not the people coming to the live stream. Maybe I'll do another video. I'll take it from the Instagram stores and just put that one. Save video. And I'll just upload that here. Link that to this. Alright. Cool, got another post. Let's see if we can get some more people on this. Anyway, no one's gonna watch it if I'm just self-loving the whole way through. So yeah, let's get started. Once that's sort of finished, I will set a timer. Headache. I'll do some more water drinking. I'll set a timer of how long we're going to spend analysing deals today. And you know, typically, I was talking about manual process, I'll be going through my email inbox and I don't know if that's either Property Engine, emails getting from Property Engine. I was doing a bit of that last night. Or emails from estate agents. I've got a dedicated estate agent folder now. Estate agent emails, where am I up to? 18th of March last couple of weeks. I was back in January, so I'm doing a lot better there on that front. And on Property Engine emails, I'm up to the 7th of April, so I'm doing good on those, on that regard. Can this process be done by AI? Yeah, it definitely can. It definitely can, and this is where I'm getting. And I think I've just got to have the full confidence that the process I'm doing is correct, and then I've got to automate it. I don't know how, no idea how, but I know it can be done. You know, I should tell something like, what am I looking for? I tell them what I'm looking for in a good deal, and yeah, and it just looks at these emails and you know, flags the ones that are right. So yeah, that's got to be done. Or with estate agent emails. But today I want to just spend a little bit of time looking at my pipeline, or because I'm on the light version of Property Engine now, so my interested labels. So I'm gonna have a look through them. We together remind myself of whether I want to keep them in the interested folder, why they're there, whether I need to follow up on them. Just having saying, oh yeah, I've got 44 go networking events. I'm like, yeah, I've got 44 deals in the pipeline. Have I really? How much of that is bollocks? Let's see. And I'm going to go to the bottom because I just feel like I touched the bottom less. So unless, yes, I'm going to set a timer because I don't want to do this forever. Like, got dinner to cook at the end of the day. I'm going to do it for 1 hour, and if we get through our pipeline, then I will start adding more. Yeah, we'll start adding more. Okay. Pipeline / interesting. So this one, yeah, I've this one's been on the market for longer than I've been. I mean, this is unbelievable. I used to on that day, Wednesday, the 14th of December, 2022. I lived in Shaftesbury still, a little town in Dorset where I grew up. I mean, gosh, my life has changed a lot since then. This is a ridiculously long listing, and it's just one of them where it's overpriced, but they don't want to compromise. It's sitting there, right? Now, I came in with a competitive offer of 1.4 around November time, and they said thanks but no thanks. And yeah, it's just sat at 1.5 since. It's not been reduced. So where did I say the comparables were? I haven't written it down. Let's have a look, because I seem to think it was worth sticking an offer in at 1.4. I don't necessarily think that's a bad move. Oh, what's going on here? Frozen. Oh yeah, I did that just to make sure our tabs our computer's active. I might need to close some of those tabs that I don't need. And just try and help this out. Okay. Facebook. I will actually need it afterwards. After the live stream. Right, anyway. So this is 129 square meters. That's obviously too big for a comparable. So perhaps I was looking at the last 2 years. Or maybe I was off my fucking head. What? Sorry. 228 square meters. It's 100 square meters. Why did I say that's a comparable? Look, this is November. I've come a long way in terms of my deal analysis skills since November. Yeah, that's not really a comparable, Elliot. I'd say there aren't any. That's what I'd say now. But I might expand this to semi-detached as well, because just to get a feel for the area. Now that's, yeah, and get a feel for how overpriced this one is. Right, 42 Brim Hill. It's on the same street. It's a little bit bigger, but it is semi-detached, not detached. I would say that's a decent comparable. And it's been done. It's not modern, but there's I think that's close enough, right? That's acceptable to say, yeah, we get something like that, and that's 1.55. So, do I think we would do better than that? Yes, I do. I do think we would do better than that, because that wasn't fully modernised, was it? So There's old grandfather clock in there. Abbott's Gardens. This is 84 floor area. It won't be 174. Too big, really, to compare to our 129. I think, in my head, I had the vision of, well, we would extend this property, but I think now I realise that's less and less of a likely thing to be able to do as an assisted sale. What about this one? 140. Yeah, this is kind of where I feel it is, but this one's also at the same time. This one's had a loft conversion, and that's perhaps slightly more possible than adding an extension, but still a bit extravagant for an assisted sale. Even that's not bad, and it's gone for less. So, Oh my God. I mean, it's in the Hampstead Garden suburb. I think that is a factor. This property, this one for 1.5, you think, oh, so overpriced. It's in the Hampstead Garden suburb. You look at this. Yeah, dreadfully old-fashioned. Sold for 1.75. I mean, it's... Oh, that was only October last year. Wow, someone must have fallen in love with the location, or definitely didn't fall in love with that wallpaper, did they? Surely not. This one, I'm not saving it. Look, it's the other side of that East Finchley train station. I need to look at those things, and I'll double check my comparables. Because look, this Brimhill near the Hampstead Gardens. This is the area that's fair to compare. These ones, it's not. I think that's a less desirable area on the other side there. So, for example, where's this one? Belford Road. Yeah, on the other side. I thought it would be. Yeah, less valuable. So there's something about this area that does go in our favour, but it also doesn't, because it's a conservation area. So there's limits to what we can do, like change the windows and stuff. So let me just double check. Did I put that as a comparable? Which one is that? Okay, not that one. Mind you, I don't agree with this comparable anymore. So goodbye, Elliot of the past. This one's still bugging me. Like, how is it outside of our radius? Hilltop. That's got to be. Yeah, this one next to Brimhill. Right, great comparable. Really good comparable. It's just there. Yeah, good. And then Hilltop. Brimhill. Oh, that's the Bancroft Avenue, and then that. I just don't know why it's showing up. It might be a glitch, honestly, on the system. So yeah, so if I look at the comparables, they're all around. Well, apart from this one's a little bit concerning, actually, because what this is kind of modernised without the loft conversion. And that's gone for 1.3. So I think the bottom line is, on this property, I'm going to take it off my interested label. Not really interested at the moment in this, but I'm going to set up alert. So it looks like I already have done for when the property, yeah, everything. Cool, but I don't need it in my sort of ready to go pipeline, if you like. I don't need it there, so just good to be reminded of that. Okay, so look at this one. Apparently there's no comparables here. Not surprises, it's a characterful little quirky terrace, but I'm sure, yeah, the stuff outside it won't be as. Yes, I remember this one. Since seeing this one, read a book called The Cash Flow Quadrant, and it talks about not investing with your eyes. I like the charm of this place. I can see a lot of potential to make it into somewhere I probably wouldn't mind living as a first home. But I need to forget all of that. I'll check again, but if it's got no comparables, it's very difficult to ascertain the end value. You know, I would think it would be 600-ish, but I really don't know. Let's see if I've got any. No, none. 74 square meters. Yeah, I mean, in some or most of the houses are big, so 74 square meters is just not quite right. And that's a bungalow. Not sure if that's says well presented, but no, it's not exactly modernised. Right, so then it's a question of, well, do we go sort of to a longer period of time, 2 years, have a look in the wider context. Oh yes, I remember using this as somewhat of a comparable, but it's just so different and honestly beautiful. Again, I think I've fallen in love with the charm of this place even more than the property we're trying to compare it to. That's absolutely fantastic. It's like, I'd make that, if I made that in Minecraft, I'd be impressed. Right. And this one's on the other end of the spectrum, really, in terms of charm. That's got 600. Look, there's a great variety of property in Stanmore, which is great to live in. Ah, oh, well, I missed this open goal when I was looking at it last. It's on the same street. We've got two. This is why it's great to revisit, because, well, I'm not an AI. Maybe I need to train one that wouldn't miss these. So that one, literally 2 doors down. It's a bit bigger. It's a bit bigger. It's just well presented. Ooh, I don't like the look at that roofy bit. I think it's had an extension, but that's plastic, is it? I wouldn't say that's heat efficient. Let's have a look. D, yeah. Doesn't surprise me. Okay, so this is 550. That's what 550 will get you on the street. 376. Oh dear, this must have been tired. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what it's worth now. That was an F. I wonder what it's worth now. Because this is a good comparison. If I know what it's sort of worth now. Right, I suppose I can use the Zoopla thing. Yeah, it's not perfect, but I can. Yeah. Oh. No, what drops in a flapjack. Sleeper. Okay. Oh, granola bar. When they started sending me agents, I was like, hang on a minute. I'm on the wrong one. I was about to solicit some, or instruct. This is the one I want. No. Oh, I don't know. $530. It's a 2-bed though. If you remember, ours is a 3-bed. But it's sold in 376. Why would Zoopla chuck out 530? Do they know it's been refurbed? Or they're just going on street average? And the average has had a refurb. Or is not at least as shit as that was. Apparently bedrooms are supposed to push up a value by 13%. Which would suggest 600k. Which is about what I thought at the start. Confirmation bias confirmed. Yeah. Confirmation bias. Hmm. Whoa. 1.2 million up there. So, just curious what that is actually. Let's have the information. That's a 6-bed. It's on the same street as that. Yeah, it's gonna fall somewhere between 550 and. And 6, yeah, somewhere like that. Okay, so it's between 550 and 6. Again, I said no comparables. I'm kind of right. So at the end of the day here, what's the benefit of having it still in my pipeline? This needs, 100 grand's worth of work. Even that kitchen, that's got to go. So, and it's a shame it's just a yard at the back. So, yeah, it needs 100 grand's worth of work. We get them down to 450. Still not good enough. I would want that at 425. Need them desperate. So that's going to be an alert. Again, just tell me when it goes reduced. At the moment, at 500, I come in at 425. They'll you know, knock my guts out. But if they've already reduced it to 450. They're expecting, they're expecting some. Everyone expects some sort of like at least 10% underneath offer. So yeah, let's get notifications on everything, but let's not have it in my interested sort of pipeline because it's bulking, it's taking up space. This one, man, is still on the market. Big heavy reduction. So the issue with this, I looked at this one with a colleague. No off-street parking for a big family home. That's awkward. That's just awkward. So what do? Could you make it HMO? Convert the loft to HMO with no parking. With all those commuters, how well is it connected? Well, a little bit of a walk to Harrow bus station. Yeah, no, you'd probably go there. An Harrow bus station is quite a big one. That's well connected. It's just been sitting on the market since. I'm trying to rent it for years. Let's try to sell it in 2016. 2016. Oh my god. It looks alright inside, doesn't it? So that's how it looked in 2016. Someone completely... No, they're using the same grainy pictures. Oh, that's weird. Frozen in time for 10 years. Just something's happened to the property since, I don't know. Vendors obviously quite stubborn on the price. They've recently reduced it to 1 mil, so... And there's still no interest. Which is probably that parking thing. So what if I mean, here's the thing, we could get an option on it to sell it on subject to getting the planning permission to have a driveway. It just needs a little, I'm sure there's space there if that wall was just out of the way. Oh my god. Yeah, because of how many times they've listed it to rent. Does this man work for the estate agents? Jeez. Very, very strange. I've never seen that many listings. My god, did they get a tenant in the end? Oh, I don't know, because it was listed 3,300. 2 days later, listed for sale. That's weird. So Foxton's tried to market it. Oh no, it looks decent inside. Looks almost better now. Is the vendor weird? They've had it let out, clearly. Maybe managed quite well, actually. If it looks basically the same as it did in 2016. Oh, that says one less bedroom than our listing does. Right, interested in this second listing. Has more pictures for us. Got to do a little bit of digging. So, it would need new floors, new kitchen, new bathroom. Definitely new floors. Fucking hell, what they've done there. Oing, 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 oing. What am I doing? Yeah, they've also had something heavy there. Yeah, new bathroom. Hate shower curtains with a passion. I don't know about you guys. shower curtains. I'm glad that in modern homes they've sort of been banished to room 101. But, you know, like it says, 4B2B. For 4B... What? 4B2B. Is that just how they're trying to market it? Like, B2B? Is it corporate sale? For B2B is business to business, so what are the... Let's finish this, man. London Victoria Groups Limited, GA Principal Branch. Yeah, is that corporate? I don't know what. It doesn't sound like much of an agent to me. Let's look them up. What's there? Why am I on Yahoo? I'd never asked for that. What the fuck? I just need to stop swearing. Why? What? Why? Can I... Nobody asked for Yahoo. What about you? Are we also in Yahoo now? Nope, we're in Google. I mean, Yahoo's fine. No way. You've taken over. I remember this happened to me one time before. Yahoo just decided to take over. Right, researching them anyway. No, researching. I just don't like the layout. Back to Google. I don't know. Anyway, we're looking for this company. What they do. They're selling this house. What are they? Real estate agencies. Okay. Okay. Okay, it's an estate agent. So weird name for an estate agent, but it's an estate agent. Okay. Registered as an estate agent. Okay, fine. Yeah, all the usual spiel, isn't it? I always think there must be something more to these weird listings. Not really. It's a bit strange that the biggest bedroom has not got an ensuite, the smaller one has. I think that's just for the sake of a less complicated plumbing job, I suspect. It's just coming in the right side of the house there. Takes away a little bit from that bedroom there, doesn't it? So that ends up being like the second smallest room. Now, why the listing had... No, it didn't have 5 bedrooms. I think I'm making that up. Anyway, so let's look at the comparables. Which says 0. But like something to be reduced from like 1.45 mil to 1 is drastic. Wow, property's not selling around here. Right, so this one's off 1.2. No way, is that an ex-pub? Right, we're getting distracted. That's cool. So this one's gone for 1.2. 75. Okay, that's a comparable. 0.275. So why on earth is this one on for 1? Because the advantage of this, it's got the off-street parking. It's a tiny bit bigger. think a slightly more modern construction period. So 1.2 is kind of where it's at, and this one is a bugger really. Let's look around the street here. It's like, why are you being sold for so much? Not a lot of sold data around here. I think people like the area. They stick around. Is my inference. Especially when there's limited comparables. It's a good area. Okay. Like, let's look for the positive. Like, no comparables. Oh, god damn, there's no evidence that it can be, you know, sold quickly. Well, actually, it's a buy and hold area. It's a nice area. Let's turn that negativity on its head. I mean, 840 here. That's a bit low, don't you think? For a really nice house at 840. Why are they trying to sell the public one for? I mean, ours is like 20 square meters bigger. But at the end of the day, floor plan's like virtually the same, just upstairs doesn't have this extra bit. Quite like this layout as well. Goodness me, that's not good. But that's 840 on the same street. That's not what we want to see. It would suggest that this is not a good investment even at $1 million. They've reduced so heavily so far. This has 7 bedrooms? There's no way. Wow. And that's sold for 1.2. That's how you get it sold for 1.2. Gosh. Just want to save that for context more than anything. This listing, even at 1 million, is a bit racy. I don't know what they were thinking at 1.5, up in the sky. 1.5. The vendor must be insane. No, I mean, I'm sure everyone has their reasons. Just in case I end up doing a negotiation with the guy. No, but you know, I've got the data in front of me, and it would suggest valuation is ridiculous. I'm sure he doesn't have necessarily the data in front of him when he's, you know, believing passionately what to list it for. And the reality is that still. So our comparables are basically 1.2 at a push. So I'll put 1, so 1.2. So therefore, and maybe I'll go through this company because it's just like they've just listed it the other day at 1 million, so we can work with these guys back. Hang on a minute. Sorry, my eyes. If anyone else is watching the stream, they've got the drive. They've got the drive. They've done it. Shit, that's important. That's because it's, yeah, look at this. It's controlled zone. Literally from this house, I think that way. I've looked at it before. So to the right is a controlled parking zone. Yeah, you can even see the line there. Wow. So they've got the planning permission for the right. So then it could be some sort of. It does make it more attractive. Basically, even than what was our. are comparable. Yeah, this one. Now, did this have the parking space? Can't really see that. I think it does actually. So yeah, look, this has got to be. This has got to be our maximum around 1.2, basically, and 1.1, 1.2. It's still got to be our maximum. So I don't know if it actually changes a great deal. But that does improve things. So I was kind of just about to rule it out, and then I saw that. Oh, yeah. They're like, "Hey, look down your drive, guys." Yeah. So the opposite next door's got it. Yeah, I mean most of the houses have it, so it's good that planners have seen sense. Next door doesn't have it. All right. Let's leave this one interested for now. But I think it's off. I think it needs 850 offer because it still does need some work on it. Not loads, just floors, painting. Does it need a new kitchen? Yeah. See, that kitchen's not bad, but it's not modern. Yeah, it's not rotting away, but I still want to replace it. So yeah, probably 850 is probably the best you can offer on that one. Alright, so we'll keep it. Oh, so therefore, do I keep it in? I'm going to, because I feel like there's a creative way to utilise this space. Maybe as HTML or something else. Pass it on to another saucer. So therefore, write it down. Yeah. Cool. How much longer? On our stream. 22:22 is when I looked up that. That's pretty cool, isn't it? 22:22. Wait a second. So I viewed this one, and then I viewed current, and this one's now gone back in my interested. It's weird, isn't it? I'll keep them both in. Will I? Goldstone letting and management. Maybe I want to know from them what it's being used for, or something like that. I'll write it down. This one's still on. Right. Hinton residential. Yeah, I need to move on this, to be honest. Basically, I had nothing back. I got the email forwarded. I had nothing back, so I need to chase. Basically, simple as that. I'm not even gonna like reanalyze it. I think I know this. Well, we can do a quick double check, but I think I know this one's good because they're in a chain. The situation's quite good. They're in a chain. They need the next place. They need this one to sell, or because the sales have fallen through. You see it there. So, and that happened a month ago. Keeps falling through. I'll double check. Wait, what did I say the comps were? 550. So offer them 450, refurb it for 50, get it back on the market. Could be a neat little deal. But yeah, 450 is definitely our max. But like, yeah, I think it needs an internal refurb. That's it. Doesn't need anything. Place it doesn't need anything structural because that would take We've got this big bathroom thing, but at the end of the day, just keep it like that. You just have to keep it like that. Kitchen, kitchen. It's not too bad. It's not too bad, is it? At the end of the day, it's not too bad. I mean, you could stick the bathroom there. Then like a more quiet reception space, and then the kitchen diner there. I'll leave that up to my investor at the end of the day. I think those kind of decisions, yeah, leave it up to the investor for now. Why? Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's double check that 550. Just scrutinise it, because yeah, I could have had an optimistic day. So what have I said? Okay. The closest one is 533. Let's just scrutinise this. That could be nicer, couldn't it? The bathroom's not done. Yeah, I'm happy with 550 for that. I'm happy with 550. 50k to do it back up. Why even keep that floor? Just tie up. Yeah. 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 Just need to get to it basically. Just need to get a freaking deal out there. Let's just go. So yeah, definitely keep that one in the pipeline. Alright, this one. Yeah, I rang up and I offered 700 and they were like, no, it has to start with an 8, and I'm like, well, the comparables are at 1.2, so they need 850. We can go max to 800. So I came in at 700 then. A bit cheeky, wasn't it? I think there's no harm following up because they've essentially nothing's happened since. I hate it when that happens. Technology, man. Just get an extra finger on there. Man. But yeah, nothing's happened since February the 27th when I called them. Do they not want to sell the house? Like, yeah, let's follow up on this one at the end of the day. It's time. It's time. It's time to call. And again, do I need a go high level? Do I need something to remind me to do this? Because February, now it's April. Maybe I should follow it up in March. But anyway, there we go. I want the AI working for me while I sleep, bro. Right, this one had some nice conversations on it. Basically, the guy's just been so straightforward. Like, he's gonna follow up with me if my offer's of interest. I've put an offer in. At the moment, they're not interested because they might be getting cash 2.8. I'll be honest, we can probably go to assisted sale like 2.5, 2.6. He said it needs £1 million worth of work on it. Now, there is a really nice property that sold recently for 4.5 mil. Even if you worked on this one, £1 million, and then got it flipped for 4.5, you'd be laughing. But. So apparently it needs some underpinning. And you can see that slopes Don't know why I didn't see that in the first place, actually. It's slouching down to the left side, isn't it? Gosh. Is that just me, or am I? This apparently needs some underpinning. That's what he said. It's nice with me. Yeah, fuck me. So this needs a job and a half. I mean, even that looks like leaning a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe that's the camera lens. Ooh, yeah. Anyway, this is a big job. It's probably too big as an assist to sale, but you know, I found the right investor, and I'm just building that relationship gradually. You know, I'll keep it in the pipeline. He's going to let me know. Yeah, the consents are there to sort of extend and just make it good. Well, the underpinning's like, well, what does that say about the ground it's built on, the foundations themselves? Is it going to come back? There's a lot of questions, a lot of surveys that need to be conducted. Damn, that would be really exciting. To do this kind of project would be so exciting. To solve that problem and rescue this old building, now I get heart ahead. But you know, I'd learn so much from that. Just need £1 million. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Give me £1 million. So I love it. No, I'm gonna keep it in the pipeline. When do I follow up on it? Because I've yeah. So 14th of April. When was that? Oh, that was literally this week that he said. He said, I've got your email, so I'll let you know, basically. So perhaps he's a red personality, yeah. So, when do I next follow up? Probably not for a while. Probably the next time I review my pipeline. So, we'll leave it for now. Yeah, that'd be so exciting. This one, still not been reduced. What did we say about it? Just comparable, no comparables there. Yeah, this looks like one that's just sitting there. Like, I don't need it here. I just need alerts if it gets reduced. I should remember this one off the top of my head. Yeah, if it gets reduced, I've got alerts, but I'm not really interested currently because they're just sitting there and it's overvalued. All right. This one, this is one of those negative equity properties. Someone's probably bought it to flip it, and it's like, oh right, is it this one for 975? Yeah, that looks good. No, it's that one. I say NW3 is yeah, desirable area, but do I leave this in my? It's a 2-bed house for 975 grand. There are what's it, comparables are they though? Comparables are 1.5 mil for a 2. Are they really? Oh my god, this is mental. Yeah, for sure. Sure it is. I can definitely see myself saying that. Where did I find my comparables? Was it here? It was in the 3-bed category. So let's steer towards the lower side of that, as it's a 2-bed. It's a really interesting. Like you're living in the baby brother of the rich. The coach house. That's very strange. Quirky. There's just got to be something about these problem properties. A problem to solve. I was out with the agent. Didn't go anywhere. It's then had a relisting. So yeah, obviously someone was doing some works on it and ran out of money. And there's some more on the other side. Yeah, I mean, I imagine the houses either side, the sort of the larger size properties, these probably sell for 3-4 million, don't they? Hello? More than that. Holy shit. 4.9 million this is on the market for. It doesn't even look new. Oh my god. This is old money stuff. That's one of the photos. I just said this is old money stuff, just like casually. And that's one of the photos they've used to market the property. That couldn't have been Disaronno. Oh, that is it champagne, gin and tonic. That couldn't have been better timing. Oh my god, that's... Wow, that's the title of the stream. Old market property, old money market property deals. What? So, yeah, wow. I've been coaching all day, croaky voice, but... So, this is in, yeah, a very wealthy postcode. So even though it's a tiny house, it's worth some dosh. That can't be right, can it? Shit going on. Right, okay, yeah. Yeah, chalk farm, yeah, I mean, yeah. So what do I do on this one? I really don't know. I think that can't be right. Increased the price. I think I'm going to, not now, not while I'm live, but I want to just, I need AI's help to be like, what are the right questions to ask? Just, well, I could just vibe it. Could just vibe it. But I really don't know if it could be a deal. It could, there could be a deal. It's just quirky. So, yeah. Right. Cool. Next one. That one. Yeah, there's an auction finishing Wednesday. So, that one. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait until after the auction. This one not interested anymore. No, that off the top of my head. This one, wow, can't believe it's still there. Yeah, it was off 1.59, 1.6 or something. Yeah, 1.6. And I offered 1.5. So no chance to go that way. No chance to go that low. Well, previous sale collapse at 1.5. Okay, there's a lot of times I haven't followed up, but yeah, but I think now will be even more powerful. Like at the end of the day, there's still no one interested. Yeah, so if I can, yeah, let's go in again at 1.5 exactly, or maybe no, just 1.5. We'll see. Don't check the figures, but this is a really solid project potentially. Big one, but literally next door, and a few others on the same street have done it. So yeah, it's good. This one, yeah, I think I put this. Yeah, I literally wrote this last night. I noticed this last night. So basically, I went in at 45. They said, no, we've got a higher offer. Well, what happened to the higher offer? Because a matter of days later, they then reduced the asking price to 435. So yeah, so I'm going to follow up at 425 now. And it's just a quick assisted sale job. Like the bathroom's nice. Literally, we're just going to fit a new kitchen. Fit a new kitchen. It's going to sell. Fit a new kitchen. Floors, maybe. But maybe not. Fit a new kitchen, stage it, sell it. It's going to cost 15 grand, max. Which will take our investment to 440, to maybe to 450. And we're going to sell it for, well, what it says here, 470. We're going to make 100% return. Because, yeah. What do we say? Yeah. Mind you, it's cool. Bit of a different style of property. This stuff's so. I don't get frustrated, but basing things off assumptions, that's got a lot more character. Oh, yeah. What was I doing? What was I thinking? Yeah, no. Too much character, man. Too much character. These ones have character, man. Mine doesn't have it. There's something about character. There just is and has to be a factor. So before blindly going back again, I should reconsider whether this is a good investment property, because I said the comparable is around 465, 470. Well, are they really? So, gosh, that's the closest one. 59. So it has to be small. There we go. Okay, so this one 450, but it's worse. So 60 square meters. So yeah, maybe that was also part of my thinking. It's a bit of a risk. I think maybe I don't. Just mention the strategy. Solution rather than strategy is best to say to agents. I feel like strategy sounds like when you're speaking to agents. So yeah, language is key. God, why am I sitting? I'm sitting so weirdly. Let's just sit properly. Fuck my neck. Alright, that's an hour. Whoa! Right, we've done. Gosh, it's up. We've done all right. Not just about looking at. Am I keeping that one? I think I looked at this one yesterday. I got alerts on it. No, I haven't. Off for 1 mil. Off for 1 mil. NW11 I think I forgot to write it down. No, I do need to keep this one, and I need to offer 1 mil, and yeah, we're going to do it. See, Ont. That's what it looks like. Yeah, no, it's good to go over the pipeline, go over these things again, and I believe I did make a phone call on this one. And they said, no, we've got an offer in at 600 or whatever. So, but I think I'll follow up at some point. So I don't know if they really do. This one, yeah, I've never even had a proper conversation on this one. So I think I need to, yeah, I said it 2 months ago. I need to run the numbers on it and see. It's a beautiful property. People are not buying it. It's been flipped really nicely, and I think it would help that whatever developer or person who's done this, has done a great job. It might help them if I bought it on a lease option, if possible, but I need to run the numbers. So then what I'm learning with Mark Shaw is supposedly you don't need to. With the lease option you will make money, but I don't quite know what. What that means yet. I feel like I need to analyse it. But the situation seems right. You know, they've been trying to sell it for nearly a year. They've got capital tied into the deal clearly because, you know, it was bought in September 2023, and it looked like this, and they've done a fantastic job. I feel it for them because this is an amazing flip. Like, they've got lights under the stairs, like it's insane, and they can't fucking sell it. I just need to help them more than I will analyze it, but I will analyze it, but just like, let's help them at the end of the day. There's got to be something that can be done, just like giving them a bit of capital up front, get it off their minds. This one, I had a conversation with the agent a few months ago, maybe 1 month ago, 2 months ago, okay. Close, yeah, and we kind of needed it at 550, and I'm like, no, has to be close to the asking price, so I want to have alerts on the property, wait for it to be reduced, as I'm sure it will be, because they're not getting anything at 635. So 3 beds, 635, 1 bath. What they're expecting, really. So yeah, but not immediately interested at the moment. Okay, and, yeah. This one, well, I made an offer on this one, and it's rejected, and then I don't know what they're doing. I think I should follow up on it, like, are they going to consider my offer, kind of thing. I know I'm going over time here, but so in the flow. When I get onto one that I have to analyse deeply, I I suppose I'll stop there. Yeah, this one's worked me Wednesday. Yeah, we'll get onto that. Again, that's one I need to analyse. So I had 44 at the start of today, now I'm on 40. So I've got rid of a couple, which is good. This one, there's no comparables and nothing, and 7th of July 2025. One perfect comparable, 1.65 mil. Well, in 1.65 mil, bathroom's good. Outside's yuck. The refurb is, it still needs some refurb, to be honest. Yeah, no, I'm taking this off my interested, and I need an alert for when this becomes reduced. That's a 1.4. I think it needs to be 1.25. I'd go for it. Because yeah, like, look at that ceiling, like, no, basically. Like, it's got one more, like, the bathroom's been done, but I don't think that should be, I don't think I should let that deceive me. You know, the kitchen's old, lots of things that need to be done. And look at next door. In fact, has that been sold? That would be more of a perfect comparable than the one I labelled perfect. No, it's 1999. Okay, fine. So yeah, then it's this one. Yeah. Anyway, that was one this week that I phoned on, and the vendor's in a personal and upsetting situation. I won't go onto detail on YouTube, but basically, like, probably no is what the agent said. I think he's a nice guy, I can't lie. So what am I going to do with the listing? I'm going to keep it in my pipeline. It was actually this agent Jeremy and Leaf. So do I go back and then be like to the other agent, try and wangle my way in there with the other agent? No. No. But then, look, I sympathise with the guy's situation. I'm not going to go into it on YouTube. But I think my assisted sales strategy could genuinely help him. People just don't see it. So I'm going to take this off. Because I'm not going to wangle my way through a different agent to someone in that situation. But I'm going to keep it on pipeline because I think Martha could really help. Anyway, so this one, vendor said they refused internal photos for privacy reasons. It's probably full of shite, basically. And where are the comparables at? Well, let's have a look. Oh, we've already got about 550. No, that, I mean, I think that's not ideal. So I'll remove that one. Conversation with Ravleen from Brian Cox. Yeah, cool. Yeah, okay. Let's end the stream there. About 10 minutes over. I've done some good work. I'll probably get dark now as well. Ding. Oh no, that's not connected to the wall. Never mind. Actually, let's actually mind. Let's like message retracted. Oh no! Probably swore or something. Well, I swore. Anyway, let's finish the stream in the line. Because I am God. Seriously bright, I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna even do it. Just there, it's fine, I think. Cool, so maybe I can get that message on the phone. Don't know. Hey, live chat. Nah, not getting it. Sorry, I've forgotten how to end this thing now. God, I missed one live stream week and I'm like, it's all gone. No, so basically it's goals for next week. Well, look, slightly different approach now from Elliot Sykes Property. It's just going through my weekly schedule. And when my weekly schedule says reach out to new agents, I'm going to look, and I'm going to look at the ones here. I'm going to go through these ones. Some of them say follow up, so that's not a new agent. And I've written that down. Again, I need a better system to... But, you know, in my head, I've got... What I basically did when I created my calendar is I said, alright, what tasks do I need to do? Listed it out, and then obviously ordered it during my day. And the task I said I need to do was... I need to... A couple of things regarding this, you know, prospecting to estate agents. I need to follow up with estate agents I've already contacted, and then reach out to new estate agents. So, but sometimes the line blurs, and I forget whether I'm reaching out to a follow up or I've just got a list of postcodes in my notebook. So basically the goal for the week is to, like, as I'm doing this, question and optimize. That's what I'm going to say. So, you know, a question, am I giving myself enough time to do this task? Am I giving myself too little time to do this task? Could I optimize it, either a different process or automate, even automate with AI? Don't know if that's because I'm getting lazy, but no, there's a lot of repetitive work. But I need to nail my philosophy. I need to nail the process first before chucking AI as a solution. Because automation is not the solution if the problem is a bad system. Automation is only the solution when your system is good but slow. So I need to make sure my system is good before chucking speed as a solution. That's my thinking. Optimize the system first, then automate it. Cool. Quote me later, 2035, when I've made my millions and billions. Maybe. I don't know, let's see. Right. But that's not the goal. Goal is more just generational wealth. And do I need billions? No. But if it's the result of just getting better every day, then I won't complain about it. Right. So I'll see you next week, where, yeah, maybe I'll optimize my workflow, optimize a little bit more, and see a few of these deals through. See you then.